Every year, thousands of people disappear without a trace. Some cases are quickly solved, others linger for years, leaving families desperate for answers. Tonight, we take a closer look at two haunting cases, two young lives, full of potential, cut short by the unknown. What happened to them, and why have their disappearances remained unsolved for so long? These cases remain some of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in recent history. Could new information finally bring their families the closure they've been searching for? Let's dive in. July 29, 2012. A small town in Pennsylvania wakes up to another summer morning. But for the Stouffer family, this day will mark the beginning of a nightmare that has lasted over a decade. 21-year-old Kortne Stouffer, a vibrant young woman with an unmistakable energy, is gone without a trace. What happened in the early morning hours before her disappearance remains one of Pennsylvania's most perplexing cold cases. The evening of July 28, 2012, started like any other Saturday night for Kortne. That night, Palmyra police responded to her apartment at 810 W Main Street for reports of an underage drinking party. Kortne, the only legal adult present, watched as her roommate Brad Herr was taken into custody for a probation violation. When the police left, she was alone in the apartment. Despite the disruption, Kortne wasn't ready for the night to end. Around 10 p.m., she received text messages from friends Cody Pruitt and Milton Rodriguez, inviting her to join them at the gas station bar in Hummelstown. From there, the group headed to Harrisburg for a night out, stopping at the hardware bar. But what was supposed to be a fun evening soon took a dramatic turn. At 1:50 a.m., Kortne got into a verbal altercation with another woman, the girlfriend of Arvard Brown. Bar security intervened, escorting Kortne out of the establishment. The group later reunited, grabbed a quick bite at a pizza shop, and then began the journey back to Palmyra. By 2:45 a.m., Kortne was back in town, dropping off friends before retrieving her car and driving home. When Kortne arrived home at approximately 3 a.m., another confrontation awaited her. She got into a heated dispute with her neighbors, Janice Riemenschneider, Rick Sheets, and Todd Saksek, believing they were responsible for calling the police on her party earlier that evening. The argument escalated, leading a neighbor to call the police again. Palmyra police arrived at 3:15 a.m., finding Kortne agitated but not violent. Neighbors claimed she was intoxicated and causing a disturbance. Officers dispersed the parties, ordering everyone to go inside. By 3:49 a.m., police cleared the scene. But the disturbances didn't stop. At 4:11 a.m., Todd Saksek called police again, reporting that Kortne was stomping on the floor and yelling. Officers returned at 4:31 a.m., but this time there was no response. Looking through a patio door, they saw nothing unusual, only Kortne's dogs barking before settling down. Without cause to enter, the officers left at 4:36 a.m. By morning, Kortne was gone. Cody Pruitt, who had stayed at the apartment, later claimed he awoke around 7:30 a.m. to find her missing. He texted her, "Hey, what happened to you?" but received no response. Nothing in the apartment indicated she had planned to leave. Her purse, phone, cigarettes, and money were next to her bed. Her car remained parked outside, windows rolled down. Even her shoes and keys were left behind, a sign she had likely never intended to leave for long. By July 30th, 2012, Kortne's family reported her missing. Police scoured the apartment, but there was no evidence of a struggle or forced entry. Over the following weeks, investigators conducted searches with K-9 units and forensic teams, but no leads surfaced. Her family and the community launched extensive search efforts, but they turned up nothing. 12 years have passed since Kortne Stouffer vanished without a trace, but for her family, the pain of her disappearance has not faded. Each year, they gather here at Swatara Creek Park in Hershey, floating down the currents toward Hummelstown, one of Kortne's favorite pastimes. But while they celebrate her spirit, they are also reminded of the harsh reality. She is still missing. "It's a mix of emotions," says Kortne's sister Kirsten. "We do this to honor her, but it's overwhelming because she's not here. We still don't know what happened to her, and we miss her every day." Despite the years of searching, Kortne's case remains open, with little progress made. Her family has never stopped pushing for answers, but the investigation has been riddled with frustration. While detectives have come and gone, the Stouffers say communication with law enforcement has been slow, sometimes taking months just to receive an update. Scott Stouffer, Kortne's father, expresses his frustration, saying, "Kortne may have been a little misguided, but she had a good spirit. She was a beautiful person. There's no reason I didn't get to walk her down the aisle or see her have children. We have no closure, no answers. My family suffers every day." The Stouffer family refuses to let Kortne be forgotten. They've launched a non-profit tie-dyed clothing line in her honor and offer a $100,000 reward for information leading to her whereabouts. Each year, they continue to hold events, determined to keep the case in the public eye. "Somebody knows something," he says. "The human conscience has no timetable. We will get answers." 12 years have passed, but it's not too late. If you have any information about Kortne Stouffer's disappearance, contact the Lebanon County Detectives, the Western Lebanon County Regional Police Department, or Pennsylvania Crime Stoppers. Even the smallest tip could bring the Stouffer family the closure they desperately seek. May 19, 2016. It's a typical morning in Tumwater, Washington. 19-year-old Logan Schiendelman sits in his grandmother's kitchen, sharing a conversation with her before she leaves for work. It seems like an ordinary day until Logan vanishes without a trace. What happened after that morning remains one of Washington's most perplexing mysteries. Born on June 27, 1996, Logan Schiendelman grew up in Tumwater, Washington, raised primarily by his grandmother, Ginny Scott. His mother, Hannah, traveled frequently, and Logan had little contact with his Saudi Arabian father. A star athlete at Tumwater High School, Logan was known for his intelligence and easygoing nature. But despite his outward success, something seemed to weigh on him. After graduating high school, Logan attended Washington State University for a year, but struggled with personal identity and social anxiety. He later confided in his grandmother that he had experienced an epiphany, something about his racial identity and place in the world. Not long after, he made a surprising decision. He dropped out of college and moved back home. On the morning of May 19, 2016, Logan was last seen by his grandmother at home. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. She left for work, and that was the last confirmed sighting of him. What happened next remains a mystery. The following day, May 20th, Logan's Chrysler Sebring was found abandoned along Interstate 5 in Rochester, Washington, about 20 miles south of his home. His wallet, driver's license, and phone were still inside. The car was undamaged, but its presence on the highway raised more questions than answers. Around 2 p.m. on May 20th, a witness called 911 after seeing Logan's car swerving across 3 lanes of traffic before crashing into the median. But what happened next is even more unsettling. The witness saw a man, described as 6 feet tall and white, exit the passenger side and run into the woods. Was this Logan? If not, who was it? Search teams scoured the woods near the highway for hours, but no trace of Logan was found. Then, a second witness came forward with a conflicting story. She claimed to have seen Logan standing outside his parked car earlier that morning, accompanied by 2 unidentified white men. One of the men's descriptions was used to create a police sketch, but their identities and their connection to Logan remain unknown. With little evidence and no confirmed sightings after May 19th, theories about Logan's fate range from the plausible to the bizarre. Did he voluntarily disappear? Was he suffering from a mental health crisis? Or was he the victim of foul play? His grandmother, Ginny Scott, doesn't believe Logan would have simply run away. His belongings were left behind, and he had no known history of drug use or criminal activity. But if he didn't vanish by choice, what happened to him? More than 8 years after Logan Schiendelman disappeared, his case remains unsolved, but new details and conflicting witness accounts have only deepened the mystery. What really happened to Logan after his so-called epiphany? And who were the unidentified men reportedly seen with him on the day he vanished? On the morning of May 19, 2016, Logan seemed different. His grandmother, Ginny Schiendelman, recalls that he was nervous, almost like he was on a mission. He told her he had something important to discuss, but the conversation never had a chance to continue. She left for work, assuming they would talk later, but later never came. The next day, Logan's 1996 black Chrysler Sebring was discovered abandoned along the southbound lane of Interstate 5 near Rochester, Washington. Police impounded the car, but never processed it for forensic evidence, a decision that has frustrated both investigators and Logan's family. With two conflicting accounts, investigators were left questioning, was Logan even in the car when it crashed? If not, where was he? And who were these men? A week after his disappearance, Logan's Facebook account appeared to check in at Olympia Regional Airport, sparking hope that he may have boarded a plane to Saudi Arabia in search of his estranged father. But investigators later determined it was an automated post from a previous check-in, providing no new leads. Some speculate that Logan may have gotten involved with the wrong crowd. His grandmother knew he had been smoking marijuana, and she worried he may have crossed paths with dangerous individuals. Others wonder if conflict at home played a role. Around the time of his disappearance, Logan's half-sister and her boyfriend had moved in. The boyfriend had a history of domestic violence. Could tensions in the household have escalated? Investigators questioned him, but he passed a polygraph test, leaving more uncertainty than answers. Logan's loved ones refused to give up hope. His grandmother, his mother, and his extended family continue to search for the truth. They have started Facebook groups, distributed flyers, and worked tirelessly to keep his name in the public eye. Someone, somewhere, knows what happened to Logan Schiendelman. If you have any information, no matter how small, please contact the Thurston County Sheriff's Office. His family deserves closure, and Logan deserves to be found. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into these cases, then please like and subscribe for more content like this, unexplained mysteries, and more. Until next time, please stay safe out there, and as always, stay curious.